Hear me okay? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So good evening, everyone. My name is Roxy. I am representing the Chinese University of Hong Kong, Shenzhen today to give this info sessions. First things first, welcome aboard. We have, I think we have a similar session last Tuesday, but with other three schools, but this tonight, we had the pleasure of having the School of Management Economics, the School of Medicine and School of Humanities and Social Science professors with us to, introduce the school to us and also to answer some of us answer the questions. I myself here tonight is representing the university level office, Office of Academic Links, which is also the office that is in charge of international undergraduate admissions. So we're going to start off today. The rundown for today is that first we're going to give you a very brief introduction within 10 minutes about the university and also a few details about how to make an application, because I think that's the thing that you're caring about the most at the moment. And then from there, we're going to start from SME, the School of Management Economics, School of Humanities and Social Science, and then last but not least, School of Medicine. And then we're going to leave roughly about 20 minutes to answer your questions. During the entire presentation, if you have any questions, please feel free to use the chat box, because we have roughly about almost 7 to 8 student helpers who are mostly Kazakhs and even one Thai students there to help you out with your question. You can either write your question in English or Kazakh or Russian. That's okay, because our student helpers will be able to answer in the language that you prefer. And other than that, let's begin. And I still see people coming in. Okay. So first things first, I would like to quickly introduce Professor Jiang Han, who is representing the School of Management Economics today. Go ahead, Professor Jiang.
Hi.
Hello,
Everyone.
hi.
Hi.
And then we have Professor Stavrola, who is representing the School of Humanities and Social Science today.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, hi, Stavrola. And then last but not least, we have Professor Jenkin and Professor Zhou Yang, and representing the School of Medicine today.
Hello, everyone.
Good. So let's start off with the university introduction. I think ranking is something that you guys were really interested in learning. We actually went through the most popular 3 database: QS, US News, and THE. And as you can see, the CUHK global ranking is, regardless which one you look at it, it's going to be top 50. So this is a top 50 university you're looking at right now. And you definitely heard about the Chinese University of Hong Kong in Hong Kong, but today we are here to represent the Chinese University of Hong Kong in Shenzhen. And to explain the relationship between these two universities is what we call the one brain, two campuses, to be in a very straightforward way. Both campuses are actually supervised by the same Senate. So they're sharing the same academic structure, quality control, and curriculum design. So that's the reason why when students from CUHK-Shenzhen, when they graduate, they receive the degree awarded by CUHK, the same as those awarded to the graduates of the Hong Kong campus. There's a slight difference in the teaching language between these two campuses. The Shenzhen campus is pretty much entirely taught in English, whereas the Hong Kong campus teaches in Chinese, could be Mandarin or Cantonese, and also English. And the students who graduate from the Shenzhen campus are eligible to obtain a 2-year work visa in Hong Kong without a employment sponsorship. And last but not least, applicants of the Shenzhen campus, they do not really, when they get admitted and enroll, they do not declare the major until the end of the first year. So this is kind of like sum up of the difference, the similarity and the difference between these two campuses. And right now, the university, in terms of personnel, right now the university have over 700 international scholars and researchers, and 100%, they are 100% has teaching and research experience overseas. And among these 700 people, we have roughly about 250 overseas faculty members. So this is kind of the internationalization profile of our world-class faculty. And if you look at the student number, we have right now in the campus a little bit over 12,000 students in total. roughly more than half of them are undergraduate students. International students, the degree students makes up roughly about 700 of them. And every year we have non for degree, that's exchange and visiting students for every academic year, 200 to 300. That means that for the entire year, we usually on campus have roughly about 1,000 international students in total. And that makes roughly about 10% of the entire student population. This is just to give you a kind of more vivid picture of exactly what the university look like. As you can see, we have the lower campus, the mid campus, and the upper campus. The lower campus is mostly for administrative work and also teaching facilities. The upper campus are for the residential colleges. The mid campus is we just had a newly school of music campus done. And the School of Medicine, are still the main facilities are still under constructions on each bank of the Ferry Lake. Okay. I will skip the school. We have right now we have eight schools and 28 undergraduate programs, all fully taught in English. But I trust that the three schools that's coming here today is going to give you more detailed introduction about their programs and available majors. We also, with the Hong Kong campus, run a 2+2 double major program. The way we do this is in the total is 2 years here in Shenzhen and 2 years in Hong Kong. However, you kind of interchange between for each semester you change campuses. And these are all the relevant majors. And I trust that the relevant school, we're going to give you a little bit more information about the 2+2 double major programs that they have. As overall internationalization of the university, this is just we have right now running to over 280 international programs together with 160 universities partner across the entire world. Just to give you an idea who we're working with, for example, in Kazakhstan, our partner is National Biafin University, you must be very familiar with. And for the Thai students, if there's any in the group in today's info session, with specifically Chulalongkorn and Thammasat and Mahidol. These are all our long-term partners in Thailand. The college life is where it's a very important part of your identity. If you are interested in the college life, it's not only just residential, it's where you live, but also most of the student activities are actually happen at the college level. Some of the college's facilities, just to show you some more pictures. All the students are actually assigned to a dorm, and it's a 4-person dorm in by default. A 4-person dorm by default, and we have a very strict no more, no less policy in treating international students and domestic Chinese students. And if you if you stay in one of the 4-person dorm, it's very likely that you're going to have at least 2 Chinese roommates, and your Chinese roommate could be your best friend in China, actually. There are other facilities such as canteens and gyms and floor kitchen and swimming pools and things like that. For the food options, I think many of the students are very interested in learning, especially our Kazakh students. Yes, we do have halal option out there. I think right now we have 2 halal option in the lower campus. And on the upper campus, I think by mid-October, we're going to have another halal option on the upper campus, which is closer to most of the residential colleges. But there are other options as well, just so you know. And for if there's any parents or adult in the group, you're probably wondering exactly about the cost. We made a comparison to the cost in Hong Kong and in Turkey, which I heard last time is a quite popular study abroad destination for Kazakh students for some reason, and also United States. As you can see, that on the left-hand side with all the purple bar, that's us. And the green ones are Hong Kong, and the blue ones are for Turkey, and the yellow ones are for the United States. Mute all. Okay, so then the scholarship that most people are very interested in, we have the university. I think at this point, the most relevant one to everyone is the university entry scholarship, from the highest one being the honor scholarship that covers the entire tuition and also living allowance, to the lowest one, to the accommodation scholarship that only covers the 2,400 RMB per year on the accommodation, which is exactly how much it costs. But you're giving this entry scholarship before you enroll, so you kind of know exactly what kind of scholarship you have, and then you can determine whether you would like to enroll or not. And after enrollment, essentially there are three types of scholarship available. First one being the academic performance scholarship, and this is given by the school. And also, just to note that you actually can have entry scholarship and academic performance scholarship at the same time, although the total amount is capped at the maximum amount of honor scholarship, that is 165,000 RMB per year. And also there are some of the schools actually offer school scholarship. And I think Professor Jiang will be able to tell you a little bit more about the Hackman Class Scholarship and the Digital Intelligence Future Scholarship. And that's specifically for a School of Management Economics. Last, we do have the government scholarship. Right now at the municipal level, we have the Shenzhen Universiade. However, this scholarship, 40,000 a year is quite a lot amount, but however, this amount, I think is only open for students who are on the second year and above. And the Guangdong Government Outstanding International Student Scholarship, which is at the provincial level, this is actually available even when you're before joining the CUHK-Shenzhen and as the freshman. Just to note that for the entry scholarship, there is a condition. If the entry scholarship will offer for 4 years under one condition is that you keep the GPA remains above 3.0. As long as you be able to maintain that, you'll be able to have 4 years of scholarship. We are right now in the middle of our early bird round, and the early bird round will be concluded by the last day of October. And from the first day of November all the way until March 9th, which is roughly about 4 months time, is our longest regular round, regular application round. And we have one last month from early March to mid-April. It's the late round. You do have to notice that for the late round application, you're not really considered for scholarship. And usually because the scholarship are, competition based and it's really limited by our budget, we always recommend students to apply as early as possible when the budget is still ample. If you're admitted and usually by mid-August, we're going to contact you to come to the university to the on-site registration. And this is the qualification required for each countries. However, there are, if you're really interested, aspire to secure a competitive scholarship, we strongly advise you to have at least one of the above international standardized qualification or a valid SAT. And because CUHK-Shenzhen is a fully English taught university, we do not have any HSK requirement. We don't really ask for HSK at all. However, we do have requirements on the English. If you do not have IELTS or TOEFL, you need to have at least one of the qualifications listed on the right-hand side. However, if you have IELTS, your IELTS has to be 6.5 and above, and TOEFL at 80 above. If you're interested in meeting with us, actually, for the Thai students, if there's any, we are actually having this year's CUHK-Shenzhen Day in November 1st. So we're going to go to Bangkok. We're going to see you there. And for the Kazakh students, you'll be able to meet with us for the CUHK-Shenzhen Day in Kazakhstan in December 13th and 14th, one day in Astana and one day in Almaty. And other than that, this is our contact information. You can either contact us by writing an email, visiting our website, or just call us. There's a QR code here. If you're interested to stay in touch, you can just scan the QR code and leave your contact information. We'll be able to send you some of the marketing materials, promotional materials, information to your email. Okay. And I think that's the end of my part.